Hey everyone, welcome back. You might remember that a few months ago I bought my dream camper, which I wanted to restore. After I started taking all the skins off it, I came to the conclusion that it's probably easier to rebuild this whole thing from the ground up. My plan is to reuse all the skins, the trim and the windows from the old camper and use the old one as a template. I reached out to the company who built these back in the 80s and they were kind enough to send me the plans for a later model, which is a little bit different in size. The weight of the camper has to be pretty light for its size, around 600 kilograms, so that my 1-ton VW flatbed can carry it, and I have some room to make some modifications like a solar system, water heater and maybe an AC. So I went with a wood construction like it came from factory, which means poplar plywood because it's half of the weight of birch ply and commonly used to this date for building campers. A bunch of kiln dry pine. And instead of the expanded polystyrene, I went for extruded polystyrene, which won't absorb water. It's a bit heavier because it's more dense, but it also adds to the overall strength. So enough of me talking, let's get building. So I need to jump in here quickly and explain what I did. The insulation that I'm using is called XPS, I guess, and it's 30 millimeters thick. But the lumber that I got, that is over there, is only 26 mil. So I had to stack some 4 millimeter poplar plywood on top of it so that I can bridge the gap so that the insulation fits in, and all of that will be mounted between 8mm poplar plywood on the top and 4mm poplar plywood on the bottom. These are the plans that the nice company Tischer sent me. These are from 86. It's a little bit different than my camper, so I had to alter the dimensions. And I had also planned for mounting the furniture, because the furniture that goes in here will be mounted to these braces. So I had to plan all the furniture out beforehand. And these are the vents for the propane tank and the heater over there on that side. This is going to be a mount for a dog leash, so we can carry the dog inside the camper. These pieces on the corners are the mounting brackets where the camper mounts to the truck. So they are from 10mm thick birch ply stacked up to 30mm. And I'm going to glue this whole thing up with regular wood glue in my ketchup bottle and some PU glue, which is D4 rated. That means it's gonna be water resistant. The screws are covered up by the wood, so they don't need to be stainless or anything special, because when the wood gets wet, it's already too late, so I need to prevent that from happening. But on the outside, I will use the blue coated pocket hole screws just for safety measures, but again, if the water gets there, that's already too late. And other than that, that needs to be buttoned up, and we go from there. This left over from the door build, and I also did a test glue up with this polyurethane glue, so that expands a little bit and you can add a little bit of water to it and it foams up and fills all the gaps. Let me check how strong this is. Good, in my opinion. So I also going to use this glue for the skinning of the camper to attach the aluminium panel, so I made a test for that too. So let's cut this to size, lay it all in and glue everything together. So the floor is all dry. I just have to put on these 40mm runners on the bottom side, but I will use the floor plate to weigh down all the panels that I'm going to make. And it only weighs 61 kilograms, which is quite good. This is the heaviest piece. with lots of wood in it, so I hope I can meet the 600 kilograms. And in the meantime, I also did the roof, which has only 20 millimeters of insulation. It's the biggest piece, so I can lay the sides out on it and weigh it down with the bottom plate, so they get flat and straight, hopefully. But this is all the time I have for this week, so thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below and subscribe if you haven't. And see you next time. Bye!